Hi, Nicholas. Good evening.
Hi Dre, how are you?
Good, thanks. How are you?
A bit exhausted.
Low. Yeah, I imagine.
Yeah,
What career did you tell me you were in?
I am currently studying commercial engineering.
Oh, cool. Comercial in the Cato, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I recognize the little format for the CIA.
Yeah.
We're gonna wait a bit until like 8:05, más o menos. Que terminen de entrar los demás.
Okay.
Hi, Camila. Good evening.
Hi, Dre.
Hi. We're gonna wait a little while, guys, okay? Hasta que se conecten. Hi, Corina. How are you? Ahora sí están entrando. Okay, hi,
Hello.
guys. Hi, you guys. Good evening to everyone who's logging in. For everyone just joining, we're gonna wait until 8:05, so another 2 minutes for everyone else to join. Hi, Cayetano. Good evening.
Hi, good evening.
All right, it's 8:05, so we're gonna go ahead and start. So, hi everyone. I hope you're having a nice week so far. Aquí a media semana. So today we're going to review the reading part of the exam. Can anyone give me a quick rundown of what they told you about this part of the test? How long do you have for each task? How many questions there are?
We have like 3 to 4 passages, and we have to answer to 10 questions each.
Yes. How much time do you have for each one?
16 minutes per passage is the ideal.
Yeah. Depending, sometimes you get 2, sometimes you get 3. In total, you have 40 minutes. So you have to kind of divide your time between those according to how many you have. Okay, anyone else? ¿Alguna otra cosa que se acuerden de su clase teórica that you want to mention? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and look at the examples. Okay. All right, so first we're going to read the text. More or less, depending on how many passages there are, it's an estimate of about 6 to 7 minutes that it should take you to read the whole thing. Okay, so now I'm going to copy this to the chat. So you guys can open the documento en sus compus y ir bajando y leer, ¿no? Cómodamente at your pace. But we're going to take then 7 minutes to read the passage, and then we're going to answer the questions. Okay? So, vayan entrando al documento, porfa. Daniela, can you read the title of the text and tell us more or less what you think it's gonna talk about?
History of chickenpox vaccine. Well, it would be about how the chickenpox vaccine was discovered.
Yeah, exactly. So with that in mind, everyone ready? Yeah, todos están acá. So we're gonna go ahead and take 7 minutes to read the full text. Okay, let's open a timer. All right, so 7 minutes to read the text, starting now. For the people that just logged in, you can find the link to the text al documento de Google to read the text. Okay, so vamos a leerlo. Vamos a tomar 7 minutos. Starting now. For those of you who are just joining the class, you can find the link to this document in the chat. Lo estamos leyendo. There are about 3 minutes and 30 seconds left, by the way, guys. Okay, guys, we have about 1 minute left, by the way. All right, guys, so ¿me escuchan? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. So time's up. Did everyone finish reading? Is there anyone who has not finished reading? Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and see the questions. Me confirman, porfa, that you see the screen because it's paused right now. Me parece todo súper pausado.
Yes, we can see.
All right. Okay, so now we have the first question. Okay, so we have different types of questions in the reading exam. we're gonna see them mientras vayamos viendo what type appear. Okay, so the first type of question is kind of it asks for almost a paraphrase of a sentence in the text. Okay, so here we have this highlighted sentence, so we have to find the meaning that's most similar to this one. Okay, so all right, don't worry, Camila. Okay, so let's see. Catherine, can you read first the instruction, then the highlighted sentence, and then you tell us which one you think is the correct answer, please?
Okay. Which of the following best expresses the essential information in the highlighted sentence? Incorrect answers, choices change the meaning in important ways, or leave out essential information. You as parents, I have to read the options too.
First,
Or-
the highlighted sentence in the text, please.
Okay. The ailment was once considered to be a rite of passage by parents in the US and through to provide children with greater and improved immunity to other forms of sickness later in life.
Okay, and which one of these answers do you think it is? Solo el que tú crees que es.
I think it is B.
Okay, US parents believe that chickenpox led to immunity against most sickness. Okay, let's see the other options to check out. US parents believe that having chickenpox benefited their children. US parents wanted to make sure that their children developed chickenpox, and US parents did not think that other vaccinations were needed after chickenpox. So we can kind of hacer un proceso de eliminación, because sometimes a lot of them sound true, or several of them sound true, but the detail is in, there are little details in the sentence that may be incorrect, or like the instruction says, they leave out essential information. So again, we're going to read the sentence. The ailment was once considered to be a rite of passage by parents in the US and thought to provide children with greater and improved immunity to other forms of sickness later in life. We always have to look for palabras o términos que se repitan, ¿no? Que sean like casi hermanitas, ¿no? Las frases between the other. So here we also have other forms of sickness, menciona acá. So it led to immunity against most sickness, también, ¿no? Similar phrases. So it could be this one. This one's a little general. It leaves out information. No, it's not specific enough to what this sentence says. The sentence has more information, so we need something a little more specific. This is also an assumption that we're not really sure. They wanted to make sure, it leaves out information about why they wanted to have their children develop chickenpox. And it doesn't mention other vaccinations at all. So this one, it has wrong information. So I think, yes, this is the most viable option. Se ha salido, no. I don't know what happened, guys. Sorry. No, rayos. Come on. All right, let's try to go back. Sorry, guys. No sé qué ha pasado. Se ha salido. Give me 2 seconds to try and fix this. Mm. Good. Um, all right, you guys, I can't seem to find the same text we were working on. Se ha salido la página and I can't manage to find it. Is it okay if we do another one? Like if we start another reading and start the questions from zero?
Yes, I don't have problem.
All right, thanks guys. Sorry for that because I'm not sure what happened with this page, which is like the practice page. So yeah, we're gonna go again. I'm gonna copy another text and same thing. We're gonna take 7 minutes to give it a read. And here we go. Mm. All right, ahora sí. Aquí está. Okay. So I'm sending you guys the link again to the document if you haven't opened it already. So there's the, espera, voy a compartir pantalla. Okay, so there's the text, another text we're gonna read. Dana, can you read the title and tell us what you think it's going to be about, please?
Teacher, yo soy Liliana.
¿Dónde está? Dana, right? Or sí, Dana Cejas.
Yes, Dana.
Right. Okay, so tell us the title and what you think it's going to be about.
Okay, Navajo code. Okay, but I think I have some troubles about my internet. So can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Excuse me, can you send again the link for the documents, please?
Hello.
Okay. Sí está un poco atrasado, creo, tu audio, Dana, but yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, yes, my internet is bad now.
Okay. So can you read the title, please? Let's see.
Okay, Navajo Code Talkers.
What do you think it's about? What do you think it's going to talk about?
History.
I think. Okay, I think that reading is about people who talk about a new god or a god of Navajo or something like that.
Okay. Do you guys know what the word Navajo means?
Yes, I do.
All right. What is it, David?
It's when American Indian people.
Yeah, it's a Native American culture. So yeah, it's going to be about coding and or type of code and about the Navajo language. So we're going to go ahead and take 7 minutes again to read that. Because I put in a timer and your 7 minutes start now. By the way, guys, you have about 3 more minutes. You guys have about 1 minute and 15 seconds left. All right, guys. So time is up. Give me 2 segunditos. Time is just doing- Is there anyone who's not finished reading? All right, so we're gonna go ahead and do the questions. Let's end this. All right. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and see the questions. So, in this case, it's asking for direct information from the text, so it's answering a question. Corina, can you go ahead and read the question and directly answer which one you think it is, please?
Okay. What was important in the development of a new communication method according to paragraph 1?
Remember that parts may be incorrect. ¿Cuál te parece?
I think that is number 2. The code had to be simple and still secure.
Yes, and here it mentions directly almost the exact same words, no? Palabras hermanitas that are always there. That the enemy, but we're all subject to enemy interception, so that means they weren't secure. Yeah, well, it pretty much mentions both things, right? They needed something that could be simple and could not be interpreted by the enemy. And yes, that's a correct answer. So good job, Corina. Thank you. Let's see the next one. Okay, this one they're going to ask for synonyms or definitions. If you're not exactly sure of the word on its own, it's always important to look at the context, look at the sentence it's in. Okay, so Cayetano, can you read the question and tell us which one you think it is?
The word impenetrable in paragraph 2 is closed in the meaning to.
Here, which one do you think it is?
Impossible to understand.
Yes. Yes, because we're talking about what in the context? We're talking about the language. So they want a code that is hard to understand. So we're going to go ahead and yes, it's correct. Good job, Cayetano. Thanks. All right, next one. When we're asked to infer, this is a key word. When they ask us to infer, we're not looking for the literal, no voy a decirlo tal cual. No, sometimes when nos piden que saquemos información, sí nos va a pedir que saquemos las palabras tal cual o busquemos así palabras hermanitas. If it's inferred, it means that the information is not in the text, but we have to kind of figure it out from context clues. Okay, so David, can you please read the question and then you tell us which one you think it is?
It can be inferred from paragraph 2 that Philip Johnston I think he was not Navajo himself.
Yes. Why do you think, for example, why wouldn't it be, it can be inferred that he was a missionary? ¿Por qué no sería esta?
I think he grew up among them.
Mm-hmm. It gives you
But
the
he was-
information straight up. ¿Dónde está? Whose parents were missionaries. So, but it doesn't really say that he was or infers that he was a missionary at any point. It also straight up says that he visited regularly. And we can fill in the language. No, it doesn't say actually. And desired a career as a Navajo translator. He was already ya tenía la carrera de translator. But where do you get this information that he himself was not Navajo?
First of all, by his name.
Mm-hmm.
So his parents were missionaries, but he was not.
Mm-hmm.
So probably he was a child when his parents moved to Navajo lands and he grew up among them.
Yeah, I think that's the main difference. He made friends with other children and became fluent in their language. So it's not his language. No, and also his name, and also that his parents were missionaries. So from context, we can probably guess that he was not Navajo. So yes, I think it's this one.
Oh no.
Yeah, good. So it's the right one. Good job, David. All right, next one. Again, another synonym one. So, Joaquin, can you please read the question and you tell us what you think the answer is?
Okay, the phrase "worry of" in paragraph 3 is closest in meaning to
What do you think?
I think the answer is the 2.
Skeptical of. Okay, what makes you think that? ¿Qué palabra, what part of the context gives you that idea?
I don't know how to explain that.
I think it's in the next sentence here. He brought this idea to the signals officer who was worried of the idea, one of his main objections. So if he objects, he's not really happy with the idea. He has his doubts. So I think, yes, it would be skeptical, because skeptical is someone who doesn't fully believe, right? Que no cree que va a funcionar, o que no cree en algo. So yes, I think it's skeptical. Though they're all negative responses, no? Unresponsive, unhappy, dismissive. I feel like because of context, we can say that he was skeptical. Estaba dudoso of it working. Sorry, guys. Let's take that handle. Ahora sí. Yes, good job. So it's correct. And thank you, Joaquin. Now let's see the next one. Another synonym one. Let's see. Daniela, could you please read the question and tell us which one you think it is?
The phrase adopted into in paragraph 3 is closest in meaning to incorporated.
What are we talking about? What's being adopted into?
The word machine gun.
Into the language. So like in Spanish as well, I think that most of you who live in Bolivia know that a lot of our words also, like mutuamente, no, between Quechua and Spanish, they mix, they're incorporated into one another. So something like that. And yes, that's the correct answer. So good job. Next one. It can be inferred. Again, this asks for you to infer your own information to pick up on the clues. It's something that's not explicitly said in the text. Okay, so sí, díganme, Joaquín y Liliana.
Sorry, teacher. I make a mistake. Sorry, teacher.
No, tranquis, don't worry. All right. So the fourth paragraph. ¿Dónde estás? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let's see. Nicolas, can you please read the question and you tell us which one you think is the correct answer?
Okay, it can be inferred from the fourth paragraph that the heads of the US military
Which one?
I'm not sure.
Okay, so
I
let's see
think
the
it's a
options.
tricky one.
Okay, let's see them one by one. What's it asking, more or less? That the heads of the US military, so nos está pidiendo su perspectiva, or their opinion about this project. They were not confident in Vogel. Podemos decir eso? I think they were fine with him, like with the work he was presenting, with the project itself. It also doesn't really explicitly say that they did not trust the Navajo, or it doesn't give us any information that indicates that. But maybe it's here in the number. Vogel was so impressed with the demonstration that he requested permission from his supervisors to recruit 200 Navajo. So he wanted like a whole bunch of people working on the project, right?
Mhm.
But military leaders only authorized 30 recruits. So what does that tell you? See,
Okay, yeah. So they were cautious about hiring Navajo speakers.
yes, I think that's the closest one. So we're gonna see that one and sorry guys, my internet. Clases digitales. Oh, come on. Hmm. Okay, now I think it's finally. Otra vez. And yes, that is the correct answer. So good job, Nicholas. Thanks. Next one. Also kind of inferring, no, kind of looking for information. What can be understood? Igual te pide que saques como conclusiones. So, Camila, could you please read the question and you tell us which one you think it is?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. According to the paragraph 5, what can be understood about the initial Navajo trainees? Okay. Mm.
Let's do an elimination process. So let's go from the
Okay.
bottom up. Okay, they found it hard to understand each other because of the difficult sounds. Does this sound correct?
I think that it is correct because the others.
All right.
And there's no, the 4 is correct, I think that, but I'm not sure.
Actually, here in this last part of the paragraph, we can see once learned, this code was a quick and easy way to transmit messages. Additionally, Navajo receiving messages could tell if the person on the other hand was a native speaker or not. So I don't think it was hard to understand. On the other hand, it was a very effective way of communication. So I don't think it's this one. We can eliminate this one. Por esta frase de acá.
Okay.
What about the next one? Do you think we can eliminate it? They developed codes based on animal sounds.
No, this is
No.
not correct.
Also, yes, they used animals as substitutes for each letter, but not on animal sounds. So this is also incorrect. So these two fuera. Recruiters had to travel to the ocean to find them. Is this correct?
Yes, I read something about this.
Yes, but remember, sometimes the information can be wrong. Corina, can you tell me why this second option would be incorrect?
I think it's incorrect because at the beginning it says that many of them haven't seen the ocean, so they couldn't travel to the ocean.
Yeah, they were probably, I'm not sure where exactly in the United States the Navajo culture lives, pero sí, creo que es like in the middle, so not exactly near the coasts. So in any case, they had to go to the middle of the country, not the ocean. So the only option that's left is this one, but where's the information for this one? Está medio oculta. It's kind of a trick question. Here, of the original 30, 29 continued through the program. So if only 29 continued, that means one recruit dropped out. So this was a kind of tricky porque, o sea, la información está just a kind of random sentence just sitting there. So it was a tricky one. Did anyone guess that one? Or did anyone think it was that one?
I did.
Yeah.
Because the passage mentioned that from the 30 initial recruits, 29 completed the program.
Yeah, but that sentence is kind of hidden ahí entre la información, so that one is always a little tricky. In the reading, they're always going to try to pillarte con, or like catch you off guard with those little pieces of incorrect or incomplete information. So it's really, really paying close attention to everything that's written, you know, taking the time to fully read and understand the question, read each option. Okay, and yes, it's correct. Next one. And last one, I think. There are 10, pero I think we're just gonna have time to do this one more. Okay, why does the author quote Major Howard Connor? Let's look for the paragraph. Something around here. What was it? Where was it? Okay, so here's the quote. According to Major Howard Connor, the Navajo code talkers played a key role. And here's the quote. The entire operation was directed by Navajo code. During the 2 days that followed the initial language, I had 6 Navajo radio nets working around the clock. They sent and received over 800 messages without an error. Were it not for the Navajo code talkers, the Marines would have never taken Iwo Jima, or I think that's how it's pronounced. Dana, which one do you think is the correct answer? What's the purpose of this information in the text? Dana, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Okay. I think B, maybe.
Okay. Why do you think so?
Because thanks to the code, the Mariners never would have taken Iwo Jima.
Let's go top to bottom, eliminando. Okay. To demonstrate why the Marines invaded Iwo Jima or whatever. How does it explain why they invaded? It doesn't really say why, more like how. No el proceso. They had the radios and they were sending messages, but not really the reason why. So I don't think it gives a reason. To explain how, yes, it does give the full explanation. But I feel this is a little too maybe specific. And I think the emphasis of the text está acá. Here in the sentence you mentioned, right? Were it not for the Navajo code talkers, the Marines would have never taken. So aquí está, I think, el peso de toda la información.
Okay, so the correct answer would be to show how the Navajo defeated the Japanese.
I think it would more be the last one, to provide an example of how necessary the Navajo were in the war. It's a little
Okay.
more, the emphasis is in how exactly era este código that really helped, win this battle.
Okay.
So I think it's that one. And yes, it's that one. Okay, so, bueno, había dos preguntas más de este. But we're going to see the next type of questions in the next class. Okay, so vamos a dejarlo ahí. Do you guys have any questions? Any comments about the class?
I have a question or a comment. Do you recommend to read the whole text, the whole passage, or to answer the questions while reading the passage?
I recommend to read the full thing first, because sometimes they go in order, paragraph 1, paragraph 2, paragraph 3, but sometimes, they jump back and forth. So they'll give you like, interpret this word from paragraph 3, but then what's this meaning in paragraph 2? So to just fully go through it, I suggest you just give the whole thing a read, fully understand it, and then you can go back at any point to any part of the text. It's better to just read it. So, okay, any other questions?
I have a question. How much time would you dedicate to the initial reading of the passage?
Like I said, you have 40 minutes for the whole thing, depending on how many passages you have. I would calculate like 6-7 minutes. If you can do it faster and fully understand, but don't rush through it either. No lean así como que be sure to capture all the information. But yeah, maybe 6-7 minutes is about a good time.
Okay.
Anyone else? All right, so we're gonna leave it there, guys. Les mando la encuestita. Just answer the first 3 questions. Okay, the last 4, 5 y 6, just ignore them. Okay, no las contesten. So ahorita les mando, y ahí tienen la encuestita. And ya saben, you fill it in and you can leave the meeting. So it was great seeing you guys today, and I hope you have a nice rest of the week. So see you guys Friday, ¿verdad? Sí, Friday. Eso. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, teacher.
Friday.
Bye.
Bye, teacher.
Bye, Karina.
Bye, Dre.
Bye. See you guys.
Bye.
Mm.